All right, so now here's the dealio. Tom Brady. You're familiar with Tommy.
Heard of him.
Tommy. His status is very much up in the air. Will he retire? Will he play? I believe that the man's ego will not allow him to retire, Kelley. I believe he's playing.
I think after, I can't believe how many people I've heard say they think he's going to retire this offseason. Like, after last offseason, I'm kind of convinced he's playing another year.
Remember when he said he wanted to play till 45?
Yeah.
I think he meant 55.
I think he's at least one more year, if not 2 or 3.
Here's the thing again. I don't think he's great anymore, but if he has great players around him, he can still beat Tommy. So here are the next, you can bet on this at DraftKings, next team odds.
In certain states.
In certain states. Thank you, Kelley. That's the theme of the show.
That's the theme of the show.
Certain states. States not listed. DraftKings has Tom Brady next team odds. Now, the Buccaneers are the short shot. Should be. 2-1. The Raiders are plus 250, which makes sense. Josh McDaniels here. Obviously, Derek Carr out the door. Jarrett Stidham started the last 2 games. Would make sense for Tommy to come out here. Plus 250. Niners plus 350 makes sense because that's where Tom grew up. Mm-hmm. And if you recall, the rumors have been there in previous off seasons about him going to play for the Niners.
Yep.
That's where he grew up.
And Brady is a completely unrestricted free agent this offseason.
That is correct. And the fourth short shot, at least the tie for the fourth short shot, is the Patriots. Wouldn't that be something? I don't know what something means there, but that would be something.
Way, right? There's no way.
I don't think so. And then there's everybody else. Dolphins are plus 750. Now, the Dolphins are the most interesting one to me here. Because the Dolphins at plus 750, remember, it was going to happen.
Yes.
Sean Payton / Tom Brady to Miami was going to happen if the Brian Flores lawsuit didn't occur.
Yes.
Now.
And what Brady was going to, get an ownership piece or something? There was like this long-term plan for Tom Brady with the organization.
And he's got a house in Miami.
Does he still have a house in Miami?
Oh, I think he does.
Okay.
Oh, you think he went in the divorce or something?
He might have lost that house. I don't know.
I think if you tell me you must make a wager here, the wager is the Dolphins plus 750.
I agree. If I had to do, all right, we did discuss it quickly yesterday on the show. What do you think is the realistic landing? What is the most realistic landing spot for him?
Raiders or Dolphins.
I think
Raiders
it's
or Dolphins.
I think it's Raiders, but I would not bet that at 2 plus 250.
I mean, the Dolphins thing has everything to do with the fact that Tua, right, has been in and out of the lineup for multiple reasons. And it's Tom Brady. Tom Brady with Tyreek and Jalen Waddle.
Yes. Just picture all those long bombs to Mike Evans going through his hands or a foot out of reach this year.
By the way,
is that not the season in a nutshell, by the way?
Yes, 100%.
It's like Mike Evans streaking down the sideline and Tom Brady misses him by a yard.
Or he hits Mike Evans in the hands and Mike Evans drops it. That happened a lot, too. By the way, what's the most ridiculous team on this board? I would say the Commanders at 20-1. 20 to Commanders. Can you imagine Tom Brady, someone going up to Tom Brady and be like, how would you like to be the quarterback? And I mean the starting quarterback. You ready for this, Tommy? Of the Washington Commanders.
Yeah, I think that. I think Seahawks, just of like you have all this draft capital and like you're kind of rebuilding as this young team. And it's like, we're bringing Brady.
Yeah. How about Lamar Jackson? Lamar Jackson's status very much up in the air. And as Kelley reported yesterday in the Ravens gossip segment, who's to know what's happening there?
Whoa. Was that J-Rod who tweeted us last night? That blew my mind.
Blew my mind. We had no idea that it was the anniversary of the debut of That's So Raven.
Like the 20-year anniversry.
How coincidental is that?
From the day.
We are amazing, Kelley. If only we had come up with that name for the segment.
If only we had anything to do with it.
So Lamar Jackson missed the last 5 games of the, was it the last 5 games of the regular season and then the playoff game here last week? Again, I can't even count anymore.
Yeah, I'd have to look.
The injury was very much nebulous for many of those weeks. And then right before the final game of the season, Lamar on his own comes out and saying, hey, I got a level 2 PCL sprain. And it didn't look like Jim Harbaugh and the Ravens were too happy about that. So Lamar Jackson's next team odds.
Note the subtitle. If he does not return to the Ravens.
If he does not return to the Ravens.
Because slightly different than Brady.
Ravens are not listed here. The Jets are the short shot at plus 250, followed by the Falcons at plus 350, the Raiders and Panthers at plus 750, and then the Commodores and the Patriots both at 9-1. Everybody else double digits. Okay, let's play with the game that he doesn't come back to the Ravens, which is very possible. Insert Chris Andrews. No one should get paid $230 million as a quarterback rant.
Yeah.
Doesn't it feel like a Jets thing to do? I mean, I'm not racing to make that bet because it's plus 250.
Yeah.
But Zach Wilson, Mike White, Joe Flacco, Fakakta, three quarterback situation. That feels very Jets-like.
Yeah, but I also think this is the toughest one because I think
it is.
As much as I knock Lamar Jackson sometimes, he is a offense-changing weapon.
If
right?
you told me he was going to be the Commodes quarterback next year, I'd be like, sweet.
You'd be going nuts. Yeah,
I'd be so thrilled. Yes.
So I think this is tough to bet because if he actually goes, he's actually gettable by teams. Every crappy team in the NFL, which is a ton of them, should be lining up to offer,
100%.
hundreds of millions of dollars to this guy.
Because he may not win you a Super Bowl, but he may get you to the playoffs in your current form. Overnight. Just take a ride down the Beltway, Lamar. Let's take a 95, number 495.
I would love to see him, a team actually be able to get him. Because I think teams would be going nuts.
Lamar Jackson. You can bet on that at DraftKings as well. We'll come back. Dan Weston on the Australian Open next. Numbers Game, VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
Go to VSiN.com/subscribe to become a VSiN Pro subscriber today.